Hillsong Conference. People come from all over the world, and we have the opportunity to catch up with a lot of guests and artists who are here. Some of those I caught up with today is Stu G, who you'll remember from his days with Delirious, and Jason Ingram, who's one of the most prolific producers and songwriters today. He writes for a number of Christian artists, and his songs are heard on radio all around the world. Recently, they've teamed up together, and over the coming months, we'll be hearing from some of the things that they're working on. But let's take a look at my catch up with them. Now, you've done a lot of writing for a lot of Christian contemporary musicians, artists, and what's the difference in doing that style of writing where you're writing essentially for radio as opposed to writing for the church?
With radio, you can really you have a lot of different ways of which to communicate a song. And with church, you really want the voice of the church to communicate the song. And so with a radio song, it might be a girl singer, it might be a guy singer, it might be a band, it might be hip hop, it might be rock and roll, it might be pop. But with writing for church, it's like you kind of want to bring good boundaries around all that to say, is this fit the voice of the church? And so actually, I find it more difficult, but far more rewarding. Far more rewarding. Hearing songs on the radio is an amazing thing. But hearing songs in the mouth of the church when people are worshiping God is like, oh, there's nothing like it.
Stu, for those people out there who are musicians, what would your advice be in staying connected with the local church, especially when there's so many pulls from the world, and do you go secular, do you do the CCM thing, do you stay in the church? How do you stay connected within the church regardless of which avenue you go down?
I think first of all, you know, to do your best not to have like a polarized mindset, not to have a dualistic thing where there's secular and Christian and like God's in this but he's not in that. I think, you know, the reason why we need to stay in local church is, well, first of all, is connections. You know, why I'm here this week. We decided to come at the same time, but it was kind of separate decisions. You know, my reason for being here is just to stay connected with everyone that I've grown to love over the years and to be a part of this thing. So, you know, we need to stay connected and be on the inside of something that's kind of looking out for us, you know, and as a musician, you know, with having a creative temperament, you know, it's easy to get like blown around and swayed and stuff like that. We just need to be accountable and need to have people speaking into our lives, and also just remember that it's not about us, you know. It's kind of we're there to serve, especially as musicians.
As you write worship songs and write for the church, what do you sense when you see people engage in worship? Like, why is that an important thing for you guys?
I would say a word that we've been using is the word transcendence. I think as we walk on earth, we're constantly living sort of on some level bound to the flesh, but also like completely connected to a divine and holy God. There's something that happens in worship that I think is very transcendent. I think there's something where humanity and spirituality, humanity loosens its grip and spirituality takes a stronger grip on us. And I live for those moments. I live for those moments. And even just being here at Hillsong Conference, just experiencing people as a corporate church, just lifting praise to God and singing together to God corporately, you really experience the transcendence of God.